Hello, everybody. Welcome to EFL Championship predictions for round 21. Elephant in the room. There is a Sam Parkin-sized hole in my heart and on the screen, and we will be sending strongly worded letters to Sam's internet provider, who has decided to turn up unannounced at his street and shut the internet down for 1 hour in the only hour when we could film the show today. So it is what it is. We're going to have to crack on without the big man. He has sent me all his score lines, and more's the pity for Sam because he won in midweek. It was an 8-6 win for Sam in midweek round 23 bob-ons we got. Parkin got 2 of them. Blackburn 1, Oxford 1, and Charlton 1, Borough 2. That's both teams to score away win, so fair play on that one. Sam, I'll tell you to your face if your internet provider wasn't so crap. Anyway, I need to move on from that. I got Ipswich 1, Stoke 0. Imagine that, my own team. No public apologies, which we love to see. I am 12-4 up in the aggregate with 4 draws. Get involved down there in the comments with your predictions for round 21. Also, please do hit the subscribe button whilst you are there. And at the end of the video, we will plug the Benjamin Bloom Clips channel. So if you don't mind subscribing to that for more short form versions of my inane rambling here about the EFL Championship. Here comes round 21. We start on Friday night. It is West Brom versus Sheffield United. And Sam and I are both going the same direction on this one. And Parkin is straight in there with an away win, which would heap the pressure on Ryan Mason after a chastening first half, wasn't it, at Southampton in midweek. They were 3-0 down. Yes, they got it back to 3-2. Could have actually equalised at the end, but all the normal comments about game state and starting playing when you're 3-0 down at half-time away from home certainly apply there for West Brom. Sheffield United came up short against Norwich. Could have lost that one, couldn't they, with that late Forson 1v1 in minute 93. They're a bit peppered injury-wise in central midfield, but Sam has gone for a 2-1 away win to the Blades in this one. I am also on the away win. My narrative is not both teams to score, even though it has just come off a 3-2 in defence of Sam's prediction there. I'm going with the narrative that West Brom don't actually create a lot and have been a bit stodgy going forward. And we're going to revert to last season where Sheffield United won a lot of tight games. I'm backing them to do so with both on the away win. And I'm going for West Brom 0, Sheffield United 1. Into the earlies on Saturday, it's Norwich versus on fire Southampton. What is it? 6 wins in 7 now for Tonda Ecker. Manager of the Month nomination, his first month as a manager. How about that? Norwich, well, there is an improvement. They could have won any of the last 4 games. They've only won 1 of them. So, as I said on the hot takes, that's going to go one of 2 ways. Either they are going to start winning, or this is the peak of their new manager bounce and they've got bigger problems than we can imagine. They've got big problems here, though, because they're coming up against Southampton, who are on great form. So I am going to be going for a both teams to score bonus point away win here. I'm going to go Norwich 2, Southampton 3, which probably means Armstrong's going to score a couple more goals, let's just say. Sam is close with me here, but he is going all in on the Norwich improvement, and he's gone for the Canaries to get a point. I mean, we've both gone for Norwich to score a couple of goals, and they might well be without Sargent and without Kvistgaard, and we'll find out the injury news there. Sam has gone for a Desmond, and Norwich 2, Southampton 2. Which moves us on to Oxford versus Preston. Oxford churned out a really useful point there at Blackburn in midweek, and Preston churned out probably an even more useful point there because they were playing league leaders Coventry and they were down to 10 men. This feels terribly, terribly low margin, doesn't it? But we know Sam's been very hot on Preston in these predictions show, and he's hot on them again because he's gone for the away win here for North End, it would end a nice little 5-game unbeaten streak. And what would that be? 9 points over the 5 games if Preston can indeed do that. He's gone both teams to score, Parkin. Oxford 1, Preston 2. I am a boring Christmas Grinch curmudgeon. I've got 0-0. I just feel it's the end of a 3-game week. It's going to be low margin. As I said, I'm going defences on top. If they can keep the set plays quiet, both defensive, then I think all is going to be quiet here. Going for the double clean sheet. Oxford 0, Preston 0. Now, this happens when we have to do the remote predictions. We normally have a rule here about clashing scorelines, and we have to scribble it out and change. But for Stoke versus Swansea, Sam and I are in complete agreement here. We've both gone for the same scoreline. Stoke are not in good form. They're on for a 0-point week. Swansea are actually on for a 9-point week. It's been a brilliant week for them and Vitor Matos. But of course, Sam and I have both flipped that script and gone for the Stoke bounce back. I can give my rationale that I just feel Swansea are happy with the week, whatever happens now. They've won both the head-to-heads. A 6-point week is absolutely guaranteed and absolutely what the doctor ordered. Obviously, they can get 7 or 9, then happy days over in South Wales for Vitor Matos. I just think we're going to get the bounce back from Stoke. And so does Sam. We've got both teams to score, and we have both gone Stoke 2, Swansea 1 in this one. That's all the earlies done on Saturday. We're into the 3 p.m.s now. And it's Birmingham versus Charlton. And the overarching narrative in this one is that Birmingham are very good at home and very bad away. And Charlton are really, really struggling at the moment. Is it 5 L's on the bounce for Charlton? It's not 6, is it? No, it is 5. However, Sam, who's up first in this one, is going for the 6th defeat in a row for Nathan Jones and the Addicts. It is a difficult place to go, Birmingham. If you can just compartmentalise this and split the away form and the home form for Blues, then this prediction for Sam does make sense. Although he's gone for goals in this one, and we have had Birmingham wrap in a few 4s at home. Sam is not going for a 4. He is going for a 3. And Chris Davis will need this. He could do with an early goal as well, couldn't he, Davis, to settle down any anxiety that's there at St Andrews. Sam has gone Birmingham 3, Charlton 1. I'm going for it to be anxious and problematic. And Charlton are going to want that to be the case, playing to maybe a bit of nerves in that Birmingham fan base. I have gone for a low margin home win. Don't think it's going to be as comfortable as Sam says. And I've gone for Birmingham to get the clean sheet and win this one 1-0. Coventry versus Bristol City. I'm going to have a bit of a gamble on this one. And I very, very rarely this season, certainly in the last 13 games of what it is, not assumed that Coventry are going to win a game. Something is giving me vibes that this one's going to be chaotic. I think it's just Struber and Bristol City being the opponent. It's Coventry versus Bristol City at the CBS. I think this might be a high-scoring draw. I don't know why. Don't worry, Sam's got the other option covered. I can just see Bristol City on transition being a good opponent in terms of playing against that really hyper-attacking, hyper-aggressive Coventry style where the fullbacks are, wingers and the defence are on halfway. I think Bristol City might be able to score 1 or 2 goals in here. And yes, the rule has been it takes 3 goals to stop Coventry. But obviously we're at the back end of a 3-game week in which Coventry only have scored 1 point. They could have had more, but they've only got the 1. So, just so it's not boring and I'm not predicting a Coventry win every week, I've gone for a Desmond here. I've gone for a 2-2. And Sam seems very, very clear that Coventry are going to bounce back in the most comfortable way because he has gone for a big home win here. I'm guessing that is his logic. He doesn't think Bristol City are going to score and get anything, and he thinks Coventry are going to get 3. Coventry 3, Bristol City 0 is what Mr. Parkin has gone for. Moving on, Leicester versus Ipswich. Sam's gone a bit crazy on this one, I've got to say. Ipswich are on for a 9-point week. Leicester went to Bristol City last night, in fact. So Ipswich actually getting... Oh, no, Ipswich played last night as well to beat Stoke, didn't they? So I was going to say extra days rest. Flip that around, actually, because Ipswich have to travel and Leicester don't. But Ipswich have obviously played 2 home games this week already to buff up that nice 6-point total with wins against Coventry and Stoke. So it's been a really good week for Ipswich against difficult opponents. Sam has played for a bonus point here, and he thinks this one's going to be crazy. I'm not entirely sure why or in what order these goals are going to be scored, but Sam has got Leicester 2, Ipswich 3. I don't know if that's something like the Sheffield United game where Ipswich get in front and Leicester peg them back, or whether he's just got a humdinger and a back and forth, or whether he's got an Ipswich comeback win in there. But we shall see. You'd expect the pattern to be Ipswich maybe with the ball, but Leicester got that quality, and Fatawu did look at it the other night, didn't he? Particularly for one of those goals, completely rinsing the Bristol City defence before assisting. Was it Bobby Reid's goal? I think he's in good form as well. Reid, they have so many good players, Leicester. They haven't knitted it together. I think this one might be quite stodgy. And I think both sides, if it were level with 20-25 to go, might batten down the hatches and take a point. So I've got that happening in the promotion season for both clubs last time out in the EFL Championship. Both these games ended 1-1. So I am not going to go for Ipswich to get the 9-point week. I think they'll be perfectly happy with 7. And I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Leicester 1, Ipswich 1. Middlesbrough versus QPR. Middlesbrough on fire. 3 wins in a row, and 3 wins out of 3, really, when you factor in that Adi Vivash essentially took the Coventry game. For new Borough boss, Kim Hellberg. They're in great form. QPR are also in great form. QPR just befuddle me because they go from being utterly brilliant for 6 games to very bad to very good again. And they're in a very good run, but this is hard. Both sides are on for the 9-point week here, but I've got to back Middlesbrough. Just given the home form, obviously Rangers have to travel. I just think, I think Riverside is going to be a hugely, hugely positive place after the obvious issues and chaos they've had in recent weeks. It's all calmed down in the best way for Borough. So I've got this goalie as well. I've got 4 goals in this one. Going for the home win. Both teams to score. Middlesbrough 3, QPR 1. And Sam agrees with me. He's got both teams to score here. Not quite as comfortable, but he's got Middlesbrough 2, QPR 1. So we've both got Borough's form to keep on moving. To quote the great Five, who are out on tour at the moment. Get your 90s nostalgia fix there. I've actually got Borough closing the gap up a little bit more on Coventry. Sam's got both the top 2 winning. We are on to Millwall versus Hull. I did Hull on the watch-along last night. They were really decent against Wrexham. That was a really nice performance. However, they have to go to the Lions' Den. Millwall, off the back of 3 straight wins, and they were 1 up against Derby last night away from home. But for an 88th minute, crikey. Yeah, 88th minute own goal equaliser from the ever-reliable Jake Cooper, but in the wrong goal this time, Jakey. Millwall tend to be very, very decent at home. Sorry, let me just check the home table to see I'm not doing cliches. Okay, 3 defeats. They've still got 19 points in 10 games, so they're pushing 2 points per game. And according to Sam Parkin, after this game, they will be at 2 points per game because he has gone for a Millwall win and he's gone 2-0 to the Lions. We could be on for a public apology to Hull here because I've also gone for the Millwall win. I think I'm going with geography there and Millwall being at home. And Hull are very open, although they did keep a clean sheet against Wrexham. I just think Millwall are going to be a bit more dynamic than a bit of a tired first half performance from Wrexham last night. We did that on the watch along. So I'm always going to back Hull to score because they've scored tons of goals. And McBurney is back and in the goals immediately. So I'm very similar to Sam, but I've got a Hull goal. Millwall 2, Hull 1. Right, it's Portsmouth versus Blackburn. And yeah, John Mousinho is really under it now, isn't it? It was a defeat at Swansea in the head-to-head and obviously the sad cancellation of the game at Charlton due to the passing of the Charlton fan means that they haven't won any of the head-to-heads. And one of them's just been kicked down the road, which is not really helpful when you're struggling. You just want the points on the board and the games played, and the less uncertainty, the better. It's Portsmouth versus Blackburn. And I happen to think Blackburn are being, or Val Ismail particularly, is being quite unlucky with some stuff. I think he's doing all right. And I think they're in a better spot than Pompey. So I'm really sorry to do this, Pompey fans. But Pompey haven't scored in 6 of their last 8. So I'm afraid I'm going for the horrible run to continue for Pompey. Before defeats in a row. I'm going for Blackburn to win this. Pompey 0, Blackburn 1. But the good news for Portsmouth fans, if you judge whether life is good or bad based on mine and Sam Parkin's predictions of what may or may not happen in your games, is that Sam is going to flip me on this one. I guess he's going for the bounce back. He's going for the home advantage. He's going for John Mousinho to prove what we think is the case, that he's a good manager and he's been a good manager since he's been at Pompey. Sam is going Portsmouth 1, Blackburn 0. It's a huge game, this. Obviously, if Portsmouth win, they'll be 2 points behind Blackburn. If Blackburn win, they will be 8 points ahead of Pompey. And as we come up to the halfway mark at round 23 in a couple of weeks' time, you do start to look at gaps and think, okay, you got half a season to make that up. Don't let that go too big. And that's certainly the case down at the bottom as it pertains to Norwich and Pompey at the moment. 2 to go. Number 11 is Wrexham versus Watford. And Sam is goal crazy this week. He's gone for another bonus point in this one. And he's gone for Wrexham to bounce back from a tired first half. And we did a virtuoso performance from Kiefer Moore in the Wrexham Coventry game where he was pretty bob on perfect, wasn't he? He should have scored twice last night, missed a sitter, and then missed from the penalty spot. Good save by Panda, but still, free shot at goal from 12 yards. Advantage striker normally there. Watford, it was one of those, wasn't it, at home to Sheffield Wednesday where they had a million shots. Sheffield Wednesday scored, and then they tried and finally equalised in minute 97. Sam seems to think this one's going to be loose, and it's going to be a loose home win to the Red Dragons. Sam has gone Wrexham 3, Watford 2. As I said earlier when I predicted Oxford and Preston to draw 0-0, I am the Christmas Grinch, and curmudgeonly, Wrexham had been on a long undefeated streak. That ended last night at Hull. I'm going for them to be their normal selves and nice and tight. But you know me, I like Watford, I like Keremgard, I like Loser, I like Marmor, I like Chakvataza, I like Iran Kunda if he's going to be back at any point. So I think they score, but I don't think they win. So I'm right down the middle. Wrexham 1, Watford 1. Finally, and this is going to be a watch-along, and may I explain, as I did at great length on last night's watch-along, the only watch-along we'll be doing, because again, I'm out working, it's December, I have to do loads of gigs. Sheffield Wednesday versus Derby. We'll be doing that on Monday night. What does my whiteboard say? Monday, the 15th, we'll be watching along with Sheffield Wednesday versus Derby. Wednesday, obviously, huge struggles. 1 win this season. No wins at Hillsborough. Derby will have this one circled. John Eustace will have this one circled. Their winning run is well and truly over. It's 1 point in 3. for Derby, but I am going for them to get the victory at Hillsborough, as many teams have done already this season. I'm going for a Eustace special, that being a clean sheet. Yeah, 8 teams have gone to Hillsborough. Well, let me rephrase that. 8 teams have won at Hillsborough this season. Sheffield Wednesday are not one of them. I've gone Wednesday 0, Derby 2. And Sam's gone for the open goal here. Eustace nominated as well for manager of the month back in November. Sam has gone for a Eustace classic. Wednesday 0, Derby 1. There you go. We got through it in the end. It was internet problems over at Sam Parkin. So solo predictions here. But if I'm lonely, make me less lonely by getting your predictions down there in the comments. Make sure you have subscribed to this channel. It really helps all the videos and the watch-alongs get notified to you and reach. It helps us with all the metrics and algorithmic nonsense that you have to pay attention to here on YouTube. Again, I will not be around for watch-alongs. Friday I'm in St Helens. Saturday I'm in Oxford Street. So we will be back. We've got something planned tomorrow. We might be talking, fingers crossed, about a certain team towards the top of the table tomorrow, but I won't curse that and tempt that, because you know what these things are like with trying to get stuff over the line in the YouTube scene. So I will be back then on Sunday morning. It will be hot takes. Then into next week, away we go again. Watch along Monday night. Sam will be here for the Championship check-in, providing his internet provider doesn't screw him over again on Tuesday, and it'll be another load of predictions on Wednesday. We never stop, even in December, even when it's Christmas. So you should definitely subscribe, as we have suggested before. And I will see you tomorrow, and if not, for the hot takes on Sunday. Thank you for watching round 21 EFL Championship predictions.